Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile, starting the week with some microtransactions concept art, where you can see the latest trend at GGG of making armor over a glowing, translucent and semi-transparent body, where you can kinda see beneath it. The artwork doesn't really look as it looks in game. You can see these glowing parts, you can kinda see somewhat beneath it, almost like a candle but a bit more transparent. And well, I mean, if you like it, that's good and all. I feel like I could be a little bit more, I don't know, different maybe cover. You can see here it's even more noticeable how you just have like your skeleton beneath it, which I mean, it can look cool but it gets a bit overused. But I mean, as long as people like it, that's fine. We also got the patch notes for the 3.10.1d patch, which brings a lot of improvements. For example, you can see on Delirium there's a lot of bug fixes. There's performance improvements, so more preloading for variously commonly encountered assets, which is pretty good. Improved performance of ground effects, which is always good as well. More performances for other things, for monsters statistics when they change the reflected damage. So overall, performance improvements. Every time there's these lines here, it's getting better, which is really good. More bug fixes on skills. Some improvements on Sirius, so you should be aware of where the storms are and no longer cast his Meteor Maze or the Corridor skill if you are near a storm, so the skill will not end up being inside the storm, almost making it unable for the character to complete. And also, it should not teleport you into the maze if there is no player in range of him, although there's still a bit of a question about what is his range, since he seems to be one-shotting people from off range all of the time. But anyway, there's also metamorph improvements. Basically it's nerfs to the damage of a lot of the skills from the metamorph and a couple bug fixes as well. Also some general improvements which are mostly bug fixes. However, there's also the fact that using an Orb of Horizon on a Shaper Guardian map will always turn it into a different Shaper Guardian map, and this is actually pretty big if you are at this point in the game, so very late game, and you have a bunch of Orbs of Horizon that are doing nothing in your inventory. You can use them on the Shaper Guardian maps and get other Guardian maps from it, so it's definitely really good stuff right there. Also, we had a streamer interview for Brittleknee, and Brittleknee has been a streamer for at least 2 years now, almost 2 years I should say, since he started in July 2018. And well, if you are interested in him in particular, or if you are interested into anything regarding streaming, how you start, what brings people into it, what keeps people to it, all the kind of stuff, there is a nice interview here, so I'll put a link in the description below and you can definitely check it out yourself. Also, we got a new competition by GGG, and this time it's a screenshot competition. Of course, it's a Path of Exile screenshot competition, who would have guessed? And you can see the prices here for the top people. It's definitely really cool. Even if you end up in the top 50 places, you still get something nice. And there's also gonna be runners up, most likely, as there usually are. And how to enter, you just make a screenshot and you post it into this thread. Of course, as usual, it has to be your own screenshot. You have to have done it after the competition has launched, so after a couple days ago, I guess. Trying to minimize the UI shown if possible. You know, GGG doesn't like, for example, the numbers of life and mana unless you are doing a screenshot meme on the number of life and mana, I guess. You can do multiple submissions. It's okay to use Photoshop to fix tiny problems with the image. Please don't manipulate the screenshot so hard that it looks different than the game does. I do wonder if adding like blurs and the kind of stuff, if it's not too big, but still allowing Photoshop might create a couple discrepancies in the community, but we'll see how that goes. As long as the top screenshots are really cool, I don't see a problem with that. Also, there should be no caption or text explanation to understand the screenshot, and that should be obvious. I mean, it's an image, so if you can't explain your image without captions, yeah, I mean, try again, I guess. And well, they are gonna use your screenshot for promotional purposes in the future. I can totally see these screenshots going, for example, on Steam to revamp the screenshot section, which is probably not very 2020 like, yes. And this competition is open for players on PC and consoles. Can you actually take a screenshot on the console? I guess you can. Probably, just don't take a photo with your phone of the console. That's not gonna be really nice. Anyway, there's also 2 new seasons up for racing, and these are not GGG officially supported events, but the first one is from Method, which is a well-known esports organization, and they are making one full event. So you can see there's the qualifiers, then there's 3 days for actually getting to the finals, and then winning possibly a prize of $4,200. Of course, it's prize pools that will be shared between the winners. The only problem is that even the qualifiers are open for everybody with a Path of Exile race background. What does this mean? Well, if you go on the official Method announcement page on the link here, they say that you have to be approved by Camel, or you have to send in a VOD of you killing like a couple monsters like Kitava Act 5 in under 2 hours, or like Act 10 in under 4 hours. So unless you are actually proven to be good at racing, you cannot even participate in this. And well, I guess it's because it's a private league and you cannot have too many players in there. Also, you probably have to have video proof that you actually do these kind of things, so that if you ever win like the qualifiers, they can check if you did it honestly or if you didn't. And there's another race offered this time by Camel, who's not new for arranging Path of Exile races, and this time players will compete in a social found hardcore league to reach level 80. I think it's gonna be interesting. The event will take place in Delirium and will be otherwise modless, so there's not gonna be a crazy mod on it, but there is going to be Delirium, and it's up to the players to choose if they want the extra experience from Delirium, or if they prefer not to double into this very, very high risk league, because if you die, well, it's hardcore, so you just have to restart. And there is a prize pool for this one, even though it doesn't say how much, and it's founded by Camel himself, so very nice of him to actually make event for the community. And you can see the first race of the Method race is gonna be cast by RiseQT and Octavian, and the Camel race is gonna be cast by ZigD, Octavian and Brittany. So definitely check it out. If you're interested in racing, absolutely check all of those out. If you're interested in a specific streamer, just check it out yourself. But it's gonna be interesting, and it's gonna be some way to pass your time during the full lockdown, I guess. But yeah, I guess that was all for this week. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all. I've been your host Zorzo, and I'll see you guys the next time.